What's up, everybody? It's late. It is almost 1:45. It's dark. It's rainy, and I got rained on for about the last mile of my walk with my dog. But I wanted to do a review on Peak Performance Labs nuclear power. But I feel like there's a deeper conversation that needs to be had around some of the ingredients that are in the product. So if you just want my TLDR, just cut straight to the point. I have been using nuclear power since 2021. I had great results on it personally. I would say it's probably the best value for money natural muscle builder out there at the moment. However, if money is no object to you, I personally think that of the supplements I've taken this year, of the natural muscle builders that I've taken this year, Glaxon's Flight and Anomaly stack is excellent. That's going to be a bigger investment for you than something like nuclear power. I would put nuclear power at the best value for money spot. And then if you just wanted the cheapest natural muscle builder that is still going to get you some results, in my experience, that was MassMax from Performax Labs. Now, if you are screaming at your phone right now, yelling that testosterone doesn't work, laxogenin doesn't work, agdisterone doesn't work, hear me out, stick around. I'm going to try to ramble as little as possible, but there's just some points that I want to make about this product. So I just finished my second last bottle of nuclear power yesterday. You're probably not going to be able to see that. Oh, there we go. So that's nuclear power. Now it's just four ingredients, but it's three main ingredients. You've got beta agdisterone, and that's going to be a 90% extract, so that's standardized to 90% of 20 hydroecdazone at 500 milligrams. You've got the patented form of laxogenin, laxosterone, so you know you're getting actual laxogenin and not MK677 branded as laxogenin, which is the whole reason why the FDA banned it. So that's fun. And then you've got Pro-Epicat, which is laxosterone is the trademarked version. Pro-Epicat, which is also the trademarked version of a highly purified epicatechin extract. And then you've got black pepper extract at 10 milligrams. So Pro-Epicat, 300 milligrams, black pepper extract, 10 milligrams for absorption, obviously. Now, I talked to Dan. Both of those trademarked products that I just mentioned come from Synmere Biotechnology, which is actually the same place that he gets the agdisterone in this product. Apparently it's tested out well in the past, and that's why he continues to use it from that specific manufacturer, so he knows that he's getting something that's actually the real deal. It's probably also one of the reasons why this is always sold out and it takes him so much longer to get it in stock. Now, full disclosure, on my other Instagram page, I do have an ambassador code with Peak Performance Labs. I specifically don't share that code on this page because I want to remain as unbiased as I can possibly be. Everybody's going to be biased to some extent, no matter if they say they're unbiased or not, so that's going to happen regardless, especially when you start getting things for free or you start getting things sent to you for reviews, and you don't want to have somebody mad at you because you said something bad about the product that they sent you for free. That's why I try to buy most of the stuff that I review, but I have received some products for free, not this one. It wouldn't even really benefit me to share my code with you because, again, it is sold out. Pretty much everything on Peak Performance Labs website is sold out right now. So why am I making this video, getting in front of a camera, which I'm uncomfortable doing, instead of writing a review like I usually do? The reason for that is because I know how much of a bad rap agdisterone, testosterone, and even laxogenin have gotten since their re-emergence, I want to say. It's not really their debut, but since Derek from More Plates, More Dates kind of popularized the natural muscle builder category again. So you're going to have some people, I don't know if it's still getting promoted as much. I'm not on TikTok, so I'm kind of out of the loop. But you had people claiming insane things about these products, saying that it packed on, I don't know, 20 pounds of muscle. People saying that it was similar to taking like testosterone or trenbolone, that kind of thing. That's not going to be the case. But then the backlash lately because of that has been people saying that it doesn't work at all, which in my experience was not the case for me either. So going back to 2020 into 2021, 2020, February of 2020 actually, I was a term employee for the VA's Education Benefits Center. I was on until November of 2020, which everything shut down in March because of COVID, and they started letting us go. So I was unemployed for a little bit, did a term employee thing for UPS where I was like one of those people who drive their own cars around to deliver packages during the holidays. And then after that, January of 2021, I was unemployed again. Why am I telling you this? Because I spent about 6 months unemployed. So from mid-January until July 1st of 2021, the only things that I was doing was eating prepped meals, hitting the gym 4 times a week, taking my dog to the park, and playing video games. I saw some of the craziest gains that I've probably seen since I started lifting, which I've been lifting for 12, almost 13 years now, while taking nuclear power. Now, do I think it's all because of nuclear power? No. I was consistent. I was pushing myself. My diet was on point, maybe a little bit low in the protein area, based on the meals that I was getting. I was probably getting about 150 grams of protein a day, but then I was taking 16 to 24 grams of EAAs in a day also on top of that, which probably also helped. But after a period of not lifting during that time, when I was initially unemployed and working for UPS, up until I got a gym membership again in January of 21, I was 207 pounds. I had leaned out a little bit, but I mainly just lost muscle mass during the time that I wasn't lifting. And then I worked my way up to that summer to a body weight of 215 pounds. I was very big for that weight for me. I'm 6'4". I was very lean. I'm going to try to edit some pictures in if I can. And my strength was, for some lifts, at almost an all-time high for me. So I managed to squat 420 pounds totally raw at 215, which is an all-time PR for me. I was benching on incline bench 225 for like 7 reps, which is also very high for me. I was squatting 315 for sets of 12. Again, all-time PR for me. I was regularly deadlifting over 500 pounds. And I was probably very close to single-digit body fat. So, in my experience, all my time training, I've been able to get that lean. I've never been able to stay that big, and I've never been able to stay that strong at that body weight. Ultimately, I think what I got out of nuclear power was a strength increase similar to somebody who hyper-responds to creatine, but without the extra water retention. Touchy subject, I know. But without extra water being pulled into the muscles and without extra water being pulled into like any visceral fat that's still on the body. So I was able to really lean out because of that, I think, but able to keep pushing that strength up and keep pushing those weights up. So that was really incredible, in my opinion, for somebody who's been a natural lifter for 12, almost 13 years, to see results like that. And I know the category was blowing up at the time, so at the time it made perfect sense that, yeah, this is totally helping. And then there was all this backlash about, well, those ingredients don't really work. For me, I saw a change. I saw a very good change. And I think that out of the 3 products that the Flight and Anomaly Stack, Nuclear Power, and Mass Max, I'd say Mass Max is good for bulking. The Flight and Anomaly Stack, you're just going to, what I saw, I went from 235 to 242, not changing my diet. But for Nuclear Power, it was the best for me in terms of strength and in terms of body composition. So I guess, strength per pound type of a thing there. Now I have one bottle of it left, and I'm actually going to save it. I'm going to try to take a break from Natural Muscle Builders. Hopefully in the meantime it'll come back in stock and I'll be able to pick up some more. But the last thing that I'm taking before I'm completely off of Natural Muscle Builders is this Kingmaker, which apparently is pretty popular on TikTok. Like I said, I'm not really on TikTok, so I don't know, but it does have a full dose of Rip Factor in it. It's got 350 milligrams of Turk, so a little bit low on the Turk, but it kind of makes up for that with the Egdisterone that's also in here, and that is at, sorry, I'm old and blind, 350 milligrams as well, and then there's also some test-boosting ingredients. So if I maintain the level of performance and the body composition that I've been able to maintain on Nuclear Power, that while I take Kingmaker, that'll be a good sign to me that what they say is in there is actually in there. But then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. But what I really wanted to get into, and this video is already very long, probably too long for Instagram, is the fact that trends in the supplement industry seem to be very cyclical. It's almost like fashion, but instead of things coming back every 20 to 30 years, it seems like things kind of reemerge about every 5 to 10 years. So a good example would be HMB. I can remember back when I was still in college, like 2013, 2014, HMB was all the rage. You had Muscle Tech came out with Clear Muscle that was super popular at the time. And then they started coming out with these studies, or there were studies that started coming out saying that HMB didn't work. And then it just kind of fell off. Everybody said it's bunk, it doesn't work, don't waste your money on it. And now it's starting to come back again now that we're finding out that, hey, some of those studies were using products that didn't even have HMB in them. And, we still stand behind this product. And even Legion Athletics, who, they pride themselves on using some of the most studied ingredients in supplements. They have a fat burner that's supposed to be used while you're fasted that has yohimbine and HMB in it. So, that's a good example. Whey protein isolate, even though I think that concentrate has really kind of come back because of protein prices. There's also less hype around the anabolic window and shuttling 25 to 50 grams of protein into your body as soon as you're done lifting. And people are leaning back more towards the whey and the casein blends and the whey concentrate to kind of have more of a trickle of protein into your body, so you constantly have amino acids in your bloodstream to keep you in a more anabolic state for longer. So that's kind of another trend where, people are taking whey protein concentrate for a while, and then isolate was all the rage, and now we're kind of circling back around. And, a big reason for this is I just don't think that there's enough of a voice of reason. I don't think that there's enough of a middle ground in the supplement industry, because you have so many people who are making money off of promoting these products that they're going to push it as hard as they can until the trend dies, and then they're going to move to the next thing, which is really what I'm not trying to do here. So, I would encourage people who are interested in natural muscle builders to give Nuclear Power a try. I don't think that it's a miracle supplement, and if it's not something that you are already looking to invest in, then I think that you should go out of your way to spend your money on. But if it's a category that you wanted to experiment with, I think that that's probably the best place to start. I've tried the Turkesterone from Gorilla Mind. I've tried Egdisterone from Advanced Molecular Labs. I've tried the old Superhuman Muscle from Alpha Lion, which used to have laxogenin in it, and I didn't get the same results that I did with Nuclear Power. But these trends are going to come and go, and there's always going to be people on each side of the argument, and it's going to be amplified even more now with social media, where people are going to push things like ashwagandha, for example, people making it out to be way more than what it is. And then there's going to be the other side that says it doesn't work at all. And for me, I've always kind of found that the truth is somewhere in the middle. This has been a really long video. I just kind of wanted to talk about not just this product, but the state of the industry and just kind of how these things tend to happen. When you've been around it for you know, as long as I have, you start to notice these things. And for the young people who are just getting into it, just, you know, another reminder that supplements are not a necessity. You do not need supplements to make progress. They are just supplements. They're not magical. The most gains that I had made were probably my first 2 or 3 years of lifting when I had those newbie gains, and all I was taking was Body Fortress protein from Walmart. Was it gross? Sure. Was it amino spiked? Probably. Did I make gains anyways? Sure did. Still had a good diet. I just started out eating what my mom was feeding me, and then once I started to plateau, I had to start tracking my macros and just kept making progress that way. There's another little thing that I want to mention is that the better you get, the tighter you're going to have to be with these things. So once you hit that first plateau and you can't make progress, that's when you have to tighten up a little bit. So that's when maybe you go from eating things that you know have protein in them to tracking your macros. And then once you're tracking your macros and you're hitting your protein every day and you start to hit that wall again, then you have to tighten up on the other macros. You have to tighten up on the protein and the carbs, and you have to make sure that your micronutrients are where they need to be. And, you know, it's a progression like that. The better you get, the better you need to be. It's just how it is. But again, I don't want to ramble too much. This has probably already been a huge rant. I'm coming up on 20 minutes already. So yeah, in my experience, nuclear power was great. I'm going to continue buying it. I don't care who says that it works, who says that it doesn't work. I'm not going to give you my code because I want to remain as unbiased as possible. And like I said, it's sold out now anyways. But if you're curious about it, see for yourself instead of listening to, people who are just in a certain camp on the internet before finding out if it works. I mean, that's what I've been doing, and that's part of the reason why I made this channel. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching this and seeing me be awkward in front of a camera for 17 minutes. I am out of here.